It's just about fishing.
That's a bad idea when you do it. I'm not gonna go anywhere.
It's okay. He's got it around his wrist.
Ladies and gents, boys and girls, good afternoon. Enthusiastic, nice. Hello. Calm down. Welcome. The boat is called the Millennium Time. We've just left the London Eye. We're going down through the bridges to Tower Pier and to Greenwich. Now, can I get a show of hands for anyone going to Tower and to Greenwich? Alright, half of you don't have a clue where you're going. It can only go well. Now folks, we've just got to let you know the boat is fully licensed by the Maritime and the Coast Guard Agency. Licensed to carry 500 people. We're nowhere near that at the moment. We've got life rafts and life jackets on board this boat. In the unlikely events of any emergency, good luck. Alright. Remain calm, of course, remain seated, follow my instructions. Are we happy? Yes. You sound happy. Now how we spend our next 25 minutes to Tower is actually up to you. Now I can press play on a pre-recorded commentary. It's kind of like a talking robot. Or I can stand up here as a crew member pointing at the buildings in the form of a live guide. Would you like a live commentary? Okay. I realise not everyone speaks English. I will speak as slowly and as clearly as possible. There is nothing wrong with me. I don't usually talk this slow. It is for your benefits. We will start to the right, the London Eye. It was built by British Airways, the airline, built for the year of 2000. Originally only meant to be here for 5 years. It was due to be taken down in 2005. Remains here ever since because of the amount of money that it earns. In the summer, it earns around £250,000 per day. You can now get married on the London Eye. You can get married at the top. Now I wouldn't recommend it, marriage. It does take 15 minutes to get up to the top. If she says no, it is an awkward 15 minutes down the other side. Our first bridge is Charing Cross. If you're on the top deck, as we go through, look up at the people, wave and smile at them. Encourage them to wave back. If they are waving back, they are not throwing things at the boats. People throw things off bridges. We wave to keep their hands busy. You can tell where they are from. If they wave back, they're on holiday. If they ignore you, they are from London. So don't take any offence. There we go. There's a bridge again the other side. We will do the same again. Londoner. There we go. Always happy. We come through to the left, a tall Egyptian needle. It's called Cleopatra's Needle. Now it is the oldest thing in London. It is actually older than the 1 square mile city of London. The age is argued anywhere up to 3,500 years old, older than the 1 square mile city of London that we will speak about shortly. The next bridge, Waterloo, known in London as the Ladies' Bridge. This one was heavily damaged during World War II. The men were away fighting for the country. It was rebuilt from a 90% female workforce. Now credit to our girls, the longest bridge in London at the time. The only bridge to be completed on time and under budget. So credit to our ladies. Typical. It is made from a self-cleansing stone called Portland stone. When it comes into the contact with rainwater, it naturally self-cleanses. Now to the left, you can see the River Wall. At the top are green lions' heads with rings in their mouths. Can you see those? Okay, now what these are, these were an early tidal flood warning. If the water reached the lion's mouths, the police would alert the underground system in fear the tide would come over the River Wall. Now to remember this, an old-fashioned saying, if you know it, join in. If the lions' heads are drinking, then London is sinking. You can see we're struggling. If you are struggling, there's a modern version. If the lions' heads are ducked, London is flooded. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue as well. That's the first one. The ship here is the HQS Wellington, a former New Zealand naval vessel, decommissioned by the Navy, given to the Honourable Company of Master Mariners. To be a member on board that ship must have served as a captain at sea for at least 25 years. If you look behind it to the road, either side of the streets is a silver and red griffin. Now this is the boundary marker for the 1 square mile city of London. It stays over to the left. It goes from here roughly down to Tower Bridge. Now it's a city within a city. It's got its own hospital, its own police force that is separate from the rest of London. At one time, it briefly had its own currency as well. The City of London to the left. Now coming up are the lowest bridges on our journey. They're called the Blackfriars. 2 of them stand very close together. Now so close, they form some kind of a tunnel. This is said to be the Thames Tunnel of Love. Legend says, as we go through these bridges, if you turn to the one that you love, give them a kiss. You'll be blessed with years and years of happiness. Oh. Any single ladies? Hello? Any? Calm down. Any single gents? Captain Simon is open-minded. Of course, if you're here today, not with the one that you love, just turn to your husband or your wife, kiss them. It works in the same way. The first one is the Blackfriars Road. if you look at the support columns that hold up the bridge, at the top, in the stonework, is freshwater birds. The other side, seawater birds. This is where the Victorians believed that the fresh water of the Thames met the seawater with the incoming tide. In between the bridges, these red columns, they held London's first railway bridge. Now the top was taken off for safety issues. If they take the columns out, it will ruin the foundations for the bridges either side. London's first railway bridge stood at that point. Now folks, over to the right, you can see a large brick building with a glass roof and a centre chimney. It is the old Bankside Power Station. It is now home to the world's largest modern art gallery. It is called the Tate Modern. If you like modern arts, it is actually free of charge to go inside. If you know anything about modern arts, you will know why it's free of charge to go inside. You can see a pile of bricks stacked up neatly to look like a pile of bricks. A mirror that when you look in it, you see yourself. Modern art in the building. If you're here in London and it starts to rain, it is worth going inside just to see the old sheer size of the turbine halls that used to power the station itself. Now what we call arts is over to the left. If you're very quick, a clear view underneath the next bridge. St. Paul's Cathedral. Easy to remember the heights. 365 feet tall. A foot for every single day of the year. The second largest unsupported cathedral dome anywhere in the world. We go back to the right, a white circular building with a brown thatched roof. Now this is the replica of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. It's an original thatched roof on top. These type of roofs were banned in London after the Great Fire in 1666. Now they show performances in the original way. No stage lighting, speakers or microphones. Ahead of us, the UK's tallest building, the Shard, 1,017 feet tall. Inside, hotels, offices, restaurants, apartments. At the very top, a viewing platform. It costs in the region of £30 a person to go up to the top. If you're in London on a budget, then a little hidden secret ahead of us to the left. If you look in the distance, as we come through the bridge, there's a building with a curved white roof, 2 white cranes on top, or 3 white cranes just ahead of us. Up there is the Sky Garden. There's restaurants, bars, a viewing platform at the top, which is actually free of charge to go up to the top. Just go on Google, type in Sky Garden, London. To the right, a pub with red windows and a golden sign. It is called the Anchor. It is one of London's oldest pubs. Been here since 1615. Mentioned in Samuel Pepys's diaries when writing about the Great Fire of London itself. Now for any children on board the boats, coming up shortly on the right is a pirate ship in between the buildings. Where the tide is getting close to high water, we can come in much closer, a better view. Now sadly, there's a little bit of scaffolding up. Being an old vessel, it's having a bit of a TLC. It is the replica of Sir Francis Drake's boats, the Golden Hind. Now although it's a replica, this ship has been round the world twice, which is once more than the original. When opened, it is here as a floating museum. The bridge ahead of us, the one all the children sing about, London Bridge. The song London Bridge is falling down. It is true. That we know of, this is at least number 5 to stand in the same spot. The previous one was slowly sinking into the Thames mud. It was dismantled in 1967, shipped over to the United States of America, where it now stands across Lake Havasu in the states of Arizona as the old London Bridge. It's still there to this day. Now I know you're starting to see Tower Bridge. There is no need to stand up or come up to the front. This is a terrible picture anyway. We're going to take you much closer to Tower Bridge. We will turn the boats sideways. You will all get a chance to get a photograph, I promise. Before we get down there, over to the left, a yellow brick building. If you look at the top, either end are fish as weather vanes. It is the site for the old Billingsgate fish market. An actor started his working career inside. His job was to carry the fish around the building. His name was Maurice Micklewhite. He left when he was 18, changed his name to Michael Caine, now known as Sir Michael. His first job inside the old London fish market. London's warship ahead of us to the right, the HMS Belfast. You can see the Union Jack flying proud. Officially, it is the only Union Jack in London. To be classed as a Union Jack, the flag, first of all, must fly from the front of a warship. The Union flag must fly from a wooden jack mast. The Union flag, the jack mast, Union Jack. The large guns, 6 at the front, there are 6 more on the stern. They can fire a 100-pound shell, 14 land miles. She was decommissioned in the 60s, put here on the Thames in the early 70s as a floating war museum. Now maximum, her crew was 800 on board. She never lost a single life in conflicts. The Belfast. Now as folks, as promised, Tower Bridge. We're shortly going to turn the boats slowly around. A few house rules as we do this. First of all, please do not stand on the seats. Second of all, once you've got your pictures, just grab a seat and the people behind you have a chance as well. And third, it may rock slowly side to side as we turn side on into the tide. Just hold on to your camera and hold on to something or someone in case the boat rocks and rolls. Tower Bridge opened in 1894. The bits that make it famous, they open up in the middle. Can be raised 90 degrees in 90 seconds. Raise and open over 250,000 times. Now you can go inside Tower Bridge. You can go up to the very top. If you look carefully, there is a glass floor at the top of Tower Bridge. Now ladies, it is a wise day to wear trousers, if you catch my drift. There's usually a strange person standing at the bottom looking up. You are safe to go up there today. The strange person is driving the boat. Don't go up tomorrow, it is his day off. Now Tower Bridge has been used for many stunts over the years. A bike has done a backflip over Tower Bridge. A helicopter has gone through the middle. Then accidentally, in 1915, a bus driver jumped Tower Bridge. His name was Albert Gunther. A dark, foggy night, driving a double-decker bus from right to left. By the time he got to the middle, there was a 6-foot gap. What Albert done was put the pedal to the floor, jumped the gap with 46 passengers on board his bus. Now you would have thought he would have got the sack for this, but he didn't. He got a £10 bonus in his wages for bravery. 1915. Now folks, we're going to turn the boats, straighten up. A nice view of London's castle, the Tower of London. Now the Tower of London has been many things over the years. A palace, a place of worship, more famous as a place of execution. If you look along the waterline, you can see a bricked up archway. The words "Entry to the Traitors' Gates" written above it. If you was found guilty of treason, you would spend or sentenced in the Palace of Westminster, where we started our journey. A Thames waterman would row you down through Traitors' Gates, spend your final night behind the trees in the white building, the Bloody Tower, before your execution on Tower Hill the following morning. Of course, the Tower of London is now open as a public museum.